She from the homer. Hurt Bucky a goner. Hurt get Bucky a goner. What you gonna do? 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 Open up. Stunt.
Hey, yo, fresh out the. Fresh out the beta game in my jeans. Black, slap, what do that mean? It mean that banging. Have my hand out, let me hang. Hey, break down, stay down, look what I make now. Hit boy, earthquake, boy, it's a shakedown. I done so much work, they think it's fake now. Big fish, every beat is just bait now. Got rich, some switch, they try to hate now. Leave, I'm straight, I got a rate now. Need cheese, cash app, then more PayPal. Turned up to the max, I'm finna break down. Flow water.
With the beautiful Puget Sound just to our west, you get a look inside Lumen Field here in Seattle, Washington. Three-quarters of the NFL season are complete. What works in our final month? We're underway in Week 14. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. Levis now off of play action. That one tipped, and it's incomplete. But good hands there defensively at second down. You talk about this Seahawk defense. They were excellent a week ago in the victory over Arizona.
And the big thing for them was the interceptions. And you hear teams all the time talk about establishing themselves against the pass. You know, no-fly zones and things of that nature. This group had a bunch of them in last week's game.
The first carry now for Tony Pollard. And he stopped immediately there. Officially nothing on that one. No gain, so they're left with still 10 to go on third down. Well, this defense for the Seahawks, they were excellent a week ago in the victory over Arizona.
And as in any game, takeaways are always a big key. They're always discussed on defense. There's an emphasis there. And they came away with 3 interceptions in that game.
Levis sets up to throw here. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he will have a Titans first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. Well, on third down, he wanted to go to one of his most dependable targets, and that's who he found, his tight end there, to pick up the first, Charles.
And you use the proper word there, dependable, and sometimes spectacular, because tight ends nowadays, they can do it all. But they're the guys you trust, especially across the middle of the field where there's traffic. He delivers, and they pick up nice yardage.
It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. You often say that sort of opens the playbook now, 2nd and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
Hand off to Spears. And he's taken down at the 50 after a short gain of 2.
What a luxury to have a guy like this who can not only spell your starter, but can come in and keep drives going.
Here now, 3rd and a yard. Trying to run forward with Pollard. And he's got the first down yardage as he takes it down to the 49.
Well, that was big right there because they're in the bottom 5 in the league and converting on third down. They needed that pickup in a big way.
There were 2 two things they said they wanted to win in this game. One, the turnover battle, and the second, third down conversions. So they got one there. They'll send a receiver in motion left. And now a fake there on the jet sweep as they'll give to Pollard. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
So the first down run lost a couple. Now they come up 2nd and 12. Put a man in motion left, Ridley. And they're going to give it to him on the jet sweep. Oh, this one may need to go back to the drawing board. He's going to be swallowed up right away. The time is called. Looks like a member of the Titans in some discomfort out there. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside. 9th play of the drive coming up, and certainly not an easy one on 3rd and long. From the midfield strike, they'll look to throw. Short throw taken in by Okonkwo. And a nice job there defensively. They get him to the ground short of the first, right around the 42. A gain of 8 there on the play. And that's going to make it 4th down. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. So now on comes the field goal unit, and wow, this is no ordinary try here. This will be spotted just shy of midfield, a 59-yard attempt. And they're not going to get the snap off. This might back him out of field goal range. Now, the offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted. On now is the Titans punter. Back deep for the Seahawks, Tyler Lockett. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. Well, pretty woeful there. Just 23 yards on the punt. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. First carry here for Ken Walker. Now he's loose down the left sideline. And he'll be forced out of bounds all the way down at the 25-yard line. It's a big play there for Seattle. 54 yards on the ground. Yardage-wise, he's in the top handful of backs in the league so far this season. A great run there.
He's going to love that standing when it comes to contract time. But even more so, his team loves it because he gives them an identity and sets a tone.
And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. Now before this 2nd down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Second and 11. Looking to throw. Sanders. This is the tight end Fant. So the completion was That's going to bring up 3rd and 2.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion that would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
If you make the stop there, maybe you hold them to 3 on this opening drive. They didn't get the stop.
Yeah, new set of downs now. Now you're worried about, just as you pointed out, not just giving up 3, possibly giving up 6. Let's see what they decide to do here because they've got to change up what they have been doing. It hasn't been working.
Back to Walker on 1st down. And he's going to get about 4 down inside the 10 to the 9.
Not a run that you're going to write home about, but still a good 1st down run. That's what an offense calls staying on schedule. 3 to 4 yards on 1st down, you're set up very well for the rest of the drive.
Nine-yard line, 2nd and 6. Operating from the gun, Sanders. And this is thrown to the sideline. No receiver in the area, though, and that's going to bring out a flag. To nobody in the vicinity of that throw, and that earns him the penalty.
Yeah, you've got to at least get it close enough to one of your own guys in order to dodge the penalty.
So now it's 3rd and long, because remember, they also lose a down on the grounding call. From the gun, it's Walker. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. They get 14 yards, but not enough for the 1st down due to the previous penalty. On comes the Seahawk kicker here on 4th down. It's Jason Myers. Myers' kick is good. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have the kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. Defense got the better of them last series, forcing a punt. See if they make a few changes in the game plan here and try to get points out of this drive. 1st and 10. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the 1st half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
Off the play fake, Levis. Over the middle, and there's a diving catch. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. First catch of the game for Hopkins. It's a 1st down.
I'd have to say that whenever you see a good post route run, they do not like to let it end without the catch. Hence, that great diving play.
Yeah, lay it up there, let him go get it, and he got it. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6.
Well, you don't turn your nose up at a gain of 4, do you? They'll take that on first down. Playbook's got to be pretty well open on 2nd and 6.
From the 44-yard line, here's 2nd and 6. Working from the gun, here's Levis. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating a defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
Levis to throw it. And he is caught. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. They give him a gain of 37. Excellent execution, and now they're set up nicely.
Are they ever? Red zone? I wonder what the next play call is going to be, because after a big play like that, a lot of teams like to use the momentum to launch another one.
Second quarter now, Titans in possession of the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Pollard will take it up the gut, and he'll get this down only to the 18. But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
2nd and 9. Here's Levis. That one's taken in by Spears. So give him 2 yards there on the completion. 3rd and 7 now.
That's a good job there by the corner. We do talk about this a lot, that a lot of corners see their job as simply covering receivers. Tackling isn't everyone's thing. But in this case, he came up quickly and made a nice, sure tackle.
Levis looking to throw. Oh, he tried to fit it in on the slant, and it's intercepted. There he goes, right side. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
They were in a very good position to come up with a go-ahead score there. A really good drive. Instead, it turns into 6 points going the other way. Psychologically, I don't know what that's going to do to them.
So as a coach, you're looking at that as at least a 10-point swing, right? Because they had the field goal in their back pocket.
They certainly did, and you're right. At least a 10-point swing, maybe more.
Extra point up and through by Myers. And the lead grows to 10-0. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. And you wonder, I mean, is it even possible, especially for the quarterback, to mentally reset after that quick of a turnaround?
Well, we're certainly going to find out, aren't we? Because that play will stay in your mind, but somehow you have to compartmentalize. Put it aside, pick yourself up, and get moving in the right direction.
With that last effort, he topples the 5,000-yard mark for his career.
And that doesn't place you among the absolute greats that have ever played the game, but it's a significant achievement and a very, very solid career.
43 yards rushing for him now to this point.
Consecutive positive runs for him on the last 2 snaps. He certainly appears to be trying to put the offense on his back and just move them down the field when his number is called. The way he's running it, I keep going back to him.
Now Levis. He's got his tight end. It's Albert Okuegbunam. It'll be a pickup of 4. Good enough to earn him yet another first down.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. That's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
They'll go with Pollard here on first down. Nothing doing. Barely able to muster a yard to hit the 35.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there of holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
They go back to Pollard on second down. Well, now hang on here because he appears to be shaken up. Hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break.
The Titans on third down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 3.
And the catch made by Hopkins. He'll head out of bounds inside the 10, marking down at the 9. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. And the catches for him, they just keep piling up. Charles, that's now 1,031 catches for his career. Ties him with Steve Smith.
Yeah, and he plays the game the same way Steve did, with pride, with determination, some would say with anger. And that edge has given him the ability to catch 1,031 passes.
So they get pushed back to the 11, and here's 2nd and goal. Right back to Spears. And he gets halfway home from the 10 to the 5 on a pickup of 5.
When you look at the geography we're staring at, this part of the field, don't you always think of big backs carrying the football, bruisers trying to pound it in? Instead, look at a little more of a scat back type, and he's trying to make it happen.
Yeah, they went with the elusive, slippery guy. Couldn't get in there, though. They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes 3rd and goal. And here's a give to Spears. And he gets in. Touchdown, Tennessee. Tajay Spears, his 2nd rushing touchdown on the year. And the Titans are back within a score. You can talk about certain guys just having a nose for the end zone. He's one of them, and he was not going to be denied there.
And defensively, especially in the red zone, you've got to be able to at least slow him down and hold on for dear life. But he's able to get out of a couple of tackles there, and not enough people got there in time. Pretty poor on the defensive side of the ball.
Point after, right down the middle. And that'll cut it to 3 at 10-7. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And no run back forthcoming, so this will come out to the 30. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased, and they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
This 2nd and 4. Sticking with Walker on 2nd down. And he'll take this one for about 4 up to the 40.
Pretty good job defensively. Thought he was going to get it, but they knew where that marker was, and they stopped him just short of it.
What it does is emphasize that strategic football and situational football is not just played on the offensive side, is it? Defense understanding, as you noted, where the first down marker was and making sure they didn't get there.
Got an extra defensive back out there for the Titans now here for third down. They'll try for the first with Walker. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. Call it a gain of 5 as they move the sticks. The Seahawks at 9-3 here on the year. And they've gone a full couple of months now since their last loss. Winners of 8 in a row.
And we always talk about how a team has to play complementary football in order to really be a good squad. But I think in this league, if your offense isn't playing really well as this one is, you're not going to run off this kind of a streak.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Got his man, it's Warren. And he's brought down. Second quarter action, 1:56 remaining. Here's a quick throw caught by Higgins. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And it's second down. And now an audible here into something else. Second and 5. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Warren. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1. Now run straight ahead with Warren. And this defense not ready for that one as he'll take this down inside the 25. Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime. Back to throw now on first down. Left sideline, a dive, and it looks like he's got it. Now the Seahawks forced to use their 3rd and final timeout as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Here's Walker. And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. So they've been in the red zone 3 times, and it's yielded just 3 points. Can they find the end zone here on 2nd and goal? And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Well, Brandon, we see why it's a team game there because there's a sigh of relief that they just released defensively. If he's able to get that one away, that's likely a touchdown. But instead, that pressure from the front got to him and forced the incompletion.
You're right. He had him open. Just a split second too late on the relief. Throw left side is complete on the diving effort. End zone caught. Touchdown, Seattle. Noah Fant as the first half is winding down. And the Seahawks will extend their lead here just before halftime. Myers counts on the PAT. His guys will take a 10-point lead. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And we will not have a run back here. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 20-yard line. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
And that'll do it for the end of the second quarter.
This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gordon, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. A 10-point game, 17-7 to score as we get back to it on EA Sports. And no return forthcoming. It'll be a touchback. And the third quarter will start from the 30. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And they've got the lead, CD. What do you expect from them in this second half?
Well, I like what they were able to do on the ground in the first half because they had a lot of success running the ball, and I certainly think we'll see more of that. But I'd keep an eye on that defense.
He's got a man complete. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. The first play of the second half, a big success, over 30 yards. So operating from Tennessee territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. Straight ahead, Walker. And he gets forward up the middle, but only for a couple. It'll be second down.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
Second down and 8. Back to throw. Sanders. Smith and Jigba with the grab. 2 yards on the pickup there. And now third down and 6 to go.
He decided to run a hitch route. It really helps to have a guy who can turn it loose. And, boy, he rifled one in there on that one. Not much run after catch, but it worked really well.
Now Sanders from the gun on third down. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sack back at the 38. It'll be a sack and a loss of 3, but more importantly, it brings up fourth down.
That's a ball he needs to let go of there. Wasn't the most time in the world to work through his progression, but NFL quarterbacks, they've got to sense the pressure. They've got that internal clock, and the ball has to be gone. And if you're not going to escape and run for it, you have to let it go before the pressure gets to you and puts you on the ground.
And that one will be no good. He never had it online. It's well wide to the left, and the lead will hold at 10.
Yeah, 55 yards is anything but a gimme. You've got to really concentrate on your leg swing and proper technique. This time, though, he's unable to convert.
Levis. Man open, that's Calvin Ridley. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll leave him with a second and just a few inches left. Gets it out wide quickly. Burks with it. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. That'll be a pickup of 10 as they try to recover from this 10-point deficit.
And that's the kind of play this offense needs to maybe kick them into gear a little bit. They've been stuck in neutral much of the game. Perhaps that can give them a little bit of confidence that big plays are out there.
And they'll send the slot in motion left. They'll get it forward to him on the touch pass. A nice move he had, but can't break away. And he's brought down just inside the 30. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a second and 3. Out of the gun to give to Spears. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, third and 1. On third down, here's Spears. And he's going to get the first down as they bring him down at the 23. They're able to convert with a gain of 4.
Brandon, what were they thinking on defense there? That looked like they were playing for the pass. That was third and short. Yeah, it was an easy pickup because they handed it to him. That was
way too easy.
Just looked like absolute confusion defensively. Not sure why they were in that set.
Yeah, I'd say you ought to have a few men in the box there.
On 1st and 10, it's Spears. And some determined running there as he'll pick his way down to the 12-yard line.
An 11-yard pickup for the Titans and a first down.
First downs have not come easy, and neither have runs like this throughout this game.
Absolutely not. He finally felt like, whoa, a sigh of relief. We got something going in the running game.
The Spears with another carry.
And he'll find his way down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held him to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying.
And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty.
Levis out of the shotgun now.
And a quick throw here, that's complete. It'll go down as a gain of 6, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
This red zone is where the Seahawk crowd really makes it tough for an offense to communicate. It's 3rd down.
His pass caught at the 4. And he's just going to be short here, barely. Maybe by a half a foot. It'll be 4th and inches.
How about this? They'll change it at the line. They'll go for it. It's Spears.
And he will score. Touchdown, Titans.
Tajay Spears.
His 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year.
And the Titans' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points.
Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead's down to a field goal at 17-14. So just a 3-point game now as they send this one away.
And this will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And good coverage defensively. They wouldn't let him get ahead of steam going, and he'll be brought down at the 15.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway.
Their lead down to a field goal now as they start with a 1st and 10.
And able to get this across the 20 before going out of bounds.
98 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here.
An opportunity to get a drive started here at the end of the 3rd quarter. What you're trying to do is break the game down a little bit. Don't let your guys see too deep into the game, into the future, and say, oh, we got to get here. No, right here, right in front of them. Numb the clock down, get to the 4th quarter, try and keep going.
And try to keep that lead.
Exactly.
That one, a gain of 20 and a 1st down.
Caught that look from you there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch. I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the 2nd half.
Walker now on 1st and 10.
And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. 3 quarters in the books. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Back now in Seattle, Washington. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the 4th quarter.
So their task a little bit more difficult now. 2nd and 13 that they're walking up on. Operating from the gun, Sanders. And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's 3rd down. To give you an idea of how accurate he's been throwing the football, we're the second half. That's just his 2nd incompletion.
Well, if he's that locked in, that means everyone's locked in, because to me it's like throwing a no-hitter in baseball. The pitcher may get the credit, a lot of people making plays behind him in the field.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He's got his target. That's complete. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. A big play there as they get the conversion on 3rd and 13.
And that certainly appears to be a critical conversion right there, because not only do they keep the drive going, they take valuable time off the clock as well. They have to feel really good about that last completion.
Now to the ground. Here's Walker. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38. I'm sure that that's going to be the formula. Just keep the ball on the ground. Keep that clock moving.
And when you have the lead this late in the game, above all, stay in bounds. Yes, take care of the football. Yes, gain yardage, but stay in bounds and let that clock tick.
38-yard line, 2nd and 9. Looking to throw. Sanders. Able to find Higgins. And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Titans' 24-yard line. 15 yards there on the catch and run.
And it's a real luxury when you have a guy who can turn a short throw into a solid gain at any moment. Once he caught that ball, he ID'd where the open grass was and got there in a hurry to pick up a new set of downs for his offense.
And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. Jeff Okudah up from his quarterback spot to make the play. Good gain there on 1st down. It keeps him in a running situation probably.
They did everything right on that play, didn't they? They got the leverage up front, good blocking, nice hole for him, ends up picking up nice yardage, stays in bounds to keep the clock rolling. They are in charge of this scenario right now. They want to stay that way.
And not in any rush offensively. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. That'll give him 60 yards receiving now as he's got a 1st down.
Well, that should be a reminder defensively, and I think it's a reminder to myself, because you just can't sell out to stop the run. There's still enough time that this offense can move the football through the air, even on 1st and 2nd downs, and they obviously picked the right spot to throw the ball there.
And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. Ken Walker with touchdown number 20 on the year. And the Seahawks will add to their 4th quarter lead. Extra point up and through by Myers. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. The kick unit for the Seahawks out there on the field, and we are ready to rock. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. Well, that last touchdown we just saw, what an important one. Now it's back to a 2-score deficit for this crew as they take the field here, and they are in desperate need of finding the end zone. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's the perfect word for it, precise, because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
Airing it out, looking for Ridley. This is intercepted. And the Seahawks are going to get the football here at their own 23. They go play action here on first down. This is Fant on the short completion. And out across midfield down to the 45. That'll go as a pickup of 32 on the catch and run. Another good throw there in what has been a strong rookie season to this point, Charles, as he now has surpassed the 3,000-yard mark with that last completion.
And just think, he's been forced to learn on the job here in his first year. Normally, veterans talk about, hey, I've got the answers to the test before the game even begins. But this guy's taking the test with every throw, with every game. And so far, he's passing with flying colors. Partner, I like that they're staying aggressive on offense because, to me, this drive is what is known as a put-away drive. You score here, that might put this one to bed. I like the fact that they're playing with confidence and not playing with fear.
Oh, and that is incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up, not that time. Under 4 to go now as they come up on second down. On the counter, it's Walker. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. 5 yards, now it's 3rd and 5. The recipe's pretty simple, I think, right? Just give your superstar the ball, continue to feed him.
Yeah, don't overthink this one, right? Make sure he's touching the football, but you're also counting on his intelligence in playing the game as well. If it's not there, don't force the run. Just make sure you hang on to the football and keep the clock ticking.
Oh, he had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete. So on now comes the kicker. It's Jason Myers. This from 44 yards out, left hash. Myers' kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So that maybe not a knockout blow, but I suppose certainly every little bit helps when you're trying to salt one away in the fourth.
Well, the possibility of being beaten by 2 late touchdowns or at least sent to overtime does exist. But time, definitely a big factor at this stage of the game, is in their favor.
And this return going to come to a quick end as he is belted at the end of that one. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you, and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
Play action now. Levis. A short throw taken in by Okonkwo. And down he goes at the 49, a 3-yard pickup. Levis, he's going to audible to something else. Here's a 2nd and 7. The hook up on the right side to Hopkins. And he's got this down a yard or 2 shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. Clock management definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
Now a quick throw there, but it's going to be incomplete.
And not a common sight, at least on this drive. A momentary setback, though, for this passing game that has been moving well this series. Good thing for them, though. Still 2 more downs to connect and try and pick up another first down.
Now again, it's Levis looking to throw it. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. Even with the good footwork, he'll be stopped just inside the 35-yard line. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Titans in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They face a 3rd down now as they try to find a late score. They'll come to the line needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. Levis sets up the throw here. They'll set up the screen for Spears. He's into space past the 25. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds.
And that's a gutsy call there on 3rd and short, because that's a play that's got a good chance of being blown up in the backfield for a big loss of yardage. But nice job out wide to gather in that screen pass, use his blockers well, and pick up the first down.
Levis, he'll look to throw it. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And a good gain here of 9 from the 19 down to the 10. Hand off to Spears. And here he'll get it down to the 7. The Titans going to use the first of their timeouts, as he'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down.
Look, I realize on any play call, when it's properly executed, it can go for a touchdown. But the runs that really make it work are the ones where you just get what you need, right? He barely got the first down, but he got it.
Levis. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked up by Jamal Adams. And the Seahawks are going to take over here on the INT at their own 5-yard line. The defense can stop it twice more as they take a knee here. The defense can stop it twice more as they take a knee here. So the victory here for Seattle. And we talked so much about the turnover battle determining who wins and who loses. This game, no exception. They didn't turn the ball over at all, and they go on to victory.
They look like a smooth operation in this one, didn't they? Because you look at every facet of the game, they handled their business. Offense took care of the football, converted it into points. Defense took the ball away, gave it back to the offense. Special teams, right there with them. That's the type of game a coach is going to really love and value. And when they show the film, that's to be careful not to give out too many kudos and kill their motivation going forward.
So for the Seahawks, it's a 10th win on the year as they move to 10-3. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Meanwhile, for the Titans, it's going to all but eliminate them from the playoff picture as they fall to 5-8. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports,
Shoot my shot like, ayy. Hit the red dot like, ayy. Finger on the like,